Okay, you got it on YouTube.
Should be it. All right. And get us kicked off.
Sure. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Harlequin Murray. I am your co-host this evening, as I usually am, and I get the honor and privilege of introducing our senior team leader, Miss Ellen Winn. For those of you who are new and are not familiar with her background, she grew up in Metro or just outside of Metro Atlanta in a town called Dallas, Georgia, on her family's farm, where she lives today. And when she got out of school, she went to work in the restaurant industry and worked her way up. She worked with Domino's Pizza and was managing, or was a district director and a training manager for most of Georgia. But with that, she decided that she liked owning her own business and decided to start her own pizza restaurant. And she actually had two locations that she were very successful, but she ended up getting out of the restaurant industry and went to work. She now has a limousine company that she has owned for about 10 years, but she also was introduced to a network marketing and worked in several different business or several different companies with that. And whenever I met her, gosh, it's been over 15 years ago now, actually longer than that, almost 20, but time flies when you're having fun. But she was my upline at that point, and she was also the national training director for the company. So she has a really strong training background. She has a business background. She has a network marketing background. And we are the wonderful recipients or the lucky recipients of all of that knowledge. And for those of you who are not aware, Ellen does a ton of work on in the background doing training things, but putting together presentations for us. She sends out emails to everybody and just does so many wonderful things for us. We are truly blessed to have her as our leader. And she is the highest ranking agent in the field. And without further ado, Miss Ellen, are you ready to go?
I am. Thank you, Harlequin. I appreciate it. And I'm blessed to have you on the team. You help it with these Zooms every week and couldn't make these go smoothly as they do without your help. So thank you and thank everybody that's here tonight. Happy Monday, everyone. We're in the new month. I want to go into last month's top recruiters. We'll go through that and then cover a few basics. I don't like making these meetings last long. It's 9 p.m. Eastern time. We do these every Monday. If this is the first time you've joined one of our team Zooms, or whether you're watching on the replay, which many people do, thank you for taking time out to plug in and commit to your business. This is an opportunity for you to ask questions and anything that's going on with your business that you might be having a challenge with. This is the time for you to bring that to the table. We do Zooms every day, Monday through Friday, during the day, our corporate Zooms. And those are great opportunities as well. But we know that a lot of you are working traditional jobs during the week and can't be on those daytime Zooms. So having a nighttime meeting is really a great opportunity for the majority of folks. Let me get us kicked off into slide share, and I'll show you what we've got on last month's top recruiters. Let's see. Don't see my screen yet. There we go. It's working. All right. Hey, we had a pretty good month last month. We're going through a recruiting blitz. Some of you guys are really taking advantage of that. Some are just going about business as usual, and some don't realize we're in a recruiting blitz. But let's go through who came in on top of the list for the month of September. In first place, we had a two-way tie with Anthony Janis and Jorge's Savory. Each had 5 new recruits apiece. Congratulations to you two. In third place, we had a two-way tie between Darren Mancusi and Jennifer Charles. Congratulations to you two. They each had 4 new recruits apiece. In fifth place, we had a three-way tie. Between Harlequin Murray, Justin Moody, and Cambrell McCoy, each had 3 new recruits for the month. So congratulations to you 3. And in 8th place, we had a 8-way tie with Pam Warnock, Dejan Leto, me, Glenn Fico, LP, Jessica Nicolay, Juan Stubbs, Crystal Gums, and Stephanie Poplar, each having 2 new recruits for the month. Now, we had many more agents who had 1 recruit for the month. To have your name listed on the leaderboard, you had to have 2 or more recruits. So everybody that made the leaderboard, congratulations. Great job getting your business in front of other people with the opportunity. If you did recruit 1 person, congratulations to you as well. And even if you didn't recruit anybody, but you invited some people to come to our live business opportunity presentations, or you invited someone to take a look at your website, congratulations to you too. It's just a matter of time before you two will be on the leaderboard with new agent recruits. Okay. I want to cover some slides that are part of our new business opportunity presentation. And we've been tweaking this the past few weeks. David's been updating and adding and editing some slides, but I really like the way that he's presenting the agent opportunity now, or that we are, because I do those presentations too. He's going through that you have 3 opportunities when you get started with DAC. Opportunity number 1, you can come in, you can be a self-employed agent, have the flexibility of working from home or anywhere that you choose. You create your own time and, excuse me, you create your own schedule. And again, the flexibility of working when you want from where you choose. Okay. Self-employed agents mean that you're here by yourself. You're just coming on board to get some customers and make those upfront bonuses or the residual commission off of your own efforts. Opportunity number 2, where you can actually be an agency owner, where you can add other agents to your team by inviting people to take a look at our business opportunity. And if it's a good fit for them, they can get started for free, just like you did. And they can pick how they want to start. Do they want to just be an agent, go get customers themselves? Do they want to get customers and recruit other agents? Or do they want to have opportunity number 3, where you can have a network of agencies? And that's what happens when you get started as an agent. You decide that you want to add other agents to your team, and those other agents decide that they want to add agents, right? And then you just have this natural multiplication effect where you're actually earning on an entire network of agents across the country. I said in a business opportunity overview the other day that I have an agent in every single state across the country. I know Harlequin does as well. Many others on the team have an agent in all 50 states. Okay. That means that I have thousands of agents on my team. Okay. I've got over 16,000 agents on my team. Are all of those active? Nope. Not even close to it. What percentage of those people have even logged into their back office? I don't know. I haven't looked at the numbers, but a lot of people sign up. They forget they've signed up. They don't even go look at their welcome letter. And that's the thing that we run into with a free opportunity. But those of you that are here, you've done at least one of those things. You wouldn't know that we have a Zoom tonight, right? You're plugging into your business in some form or fashion. So you're the ones that I want to focus on, right? The ones that are here. But in those 3 opportunities, everything we do starts with clients. And that means that you have to go get clients, no matter which avenue you choose, being an agent and adding agents and having your own agency, or if you want to earn on a network of agents. Okay. You can't earn money here unless you go get customers. Yes, in your first 90 days, you could get lucky. And if you recruited someone while you're still in your first 90 days as a new agent, if you recruited someone who went and got customers, you could earn a bonus override or matching residual override on their customers or their income in your first 90 days. But after your first 90 days, there's no way, it's impossible for you to earn on any body in your team unless you have personal customers yourself. So let's don't even think about getting started just to make money on other people. You got to go out and get some customers. One, you need to set the pace for your own business and learn how to get customers yourself. And the best way to do that is to go through our training and then putting that training to work by having conversations with people and following what we teach. We've got in the Agent Resource Center, we have videos that give examples of what to do. We have printed scripts that you can print out PDFs of what to say or what to send out in text messages or what to send out in an email. For every single service that we market, all of that material is there in the back office. What I find is most people want to take a shortcut and they want to bypass the training and try to market services without really knowing what they're talking about, without really knowing what to say. Then they're not having success. And after a few failed attempts, they quit and move on and say, hey, this doesn't work. But I can assure you, with the hundreds of customers that I have personally between all of our services work. They're great value for the end customer, and they're really pretty easy to market as long as you know what you're talking about, right? They're not going to be a fit for everybody, but for those who do see value in what we offer, they're really easy to market. And it's simple to answer questions for people and get them through your website so they can talk to the expert. So I encourage all of you to really get head down on getting some customers. Your goal initially should be to get to 200 in personal client revenue or personal residual revenue. What is that? Well, personal PRR, personal residual revenue, represents the total residual revenue generated by your own personal clients. And with that, I want to take you over to, let me see if I can get that showing. Harlequin, are you seeing the compensation document now? Okay, great. Okay, I'm in the Agent Resource Center in our comp plan document, okay? And this is page 13 of the document. This third column right here showing residual revenue, that is the value that each of our services has. And this is how you're going to go through and total up what value you have in customers. So for example, our flat fee RX is 10 residual revenue. So you sign someone up on the flat fee RX, and every month, as long as they remain a monthly customer, you're going to receive $10 in residual revenue from that one particular client. If you sign a client up on the annual plan on the RX, you're going to have $110 in residual revenue the 1 month that they bought the plan, because it's annual, right? So if they pay for it here in October, you're not going to see that except in the month of October until it renews again in October of the following year. Our health care is worth 40. Our ID Protect standard is 5. A standard annual plan is 50. A ID Protect standard family is 11, and so on. You can read the list, okay? Same thing with bonus revenue. Bonus revenue is explained here, where the daily amount is added and so on. But guys, y'all need to get to 200 as a minimum. What is that going to do for you? Well, when you have 200 in personal client revenue, that means that you're getting a check every month, right? You're going to get up to 50% of that $200. So at 200, you're at 20% actually. So you'd make $40 on your personal clients, and you are now qualified to earn your enroller match on funding bonuses without you having to have any funding clients. You can earn a 10% match on the income of anybody that you personally enrolled in their funding client. So if you have a frontline agent that makes $1,000 in commission for a funding client, if you're qualified with 200 in personal client revenue, then you'll get $100 because they made 1,000. You get that 10% match. Or if they make 500 and their residual, you're going to get a 20% enroller match on that residual income. So if they made 500, Again, you're going to make 20%. That means you make $100 residual match. But you don't earn that enroller match unless you have 200 in personal residual revenue. So I task you with that tonight to get head down, look at pages 13 and 14 in the compensation document, and just go through and map out how you're going to get to 200 in personal client revenue. Okay. You could go get 5 healthcare customers, one employer group that has 5 employees that enrolls. That's going to give you 200 right there, 5 times 40 in residual revenue value. So it's like, just imagine if you owned a convenience store, okay, or any traditional business. Every item that you sell has a dollar value to it, right? Same thing with DAC. Every item that we market, every service that we market has a dollar value attached to it. And that dollar value is what you get to put on your books as an item sold and a dollar amount sold when you're tallying up your end of month report. So just look at it that way, okay? All right, so everything starts with clients. Now, in addition to the Agent Resource Center and all of the great training that we have available and all the scripts and sheets that I covered that are there available for you on a service by service basis, we have weekly training events that are here to support and help you go through any troubles that you're having. Monday, our leadership Zoom is for team trainer and above only. David is still allowing DAC 4s that have at least 50 in personal revenue on there. He's still sending that invitation out, but really it's a team trainer rank and above call. That's Monday. So if you're not getting that invite, that means that you're not qualified to be invited to that. Monday, our team Zoom that I lead every week at 9 p.m. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. There's 4 days there that are service updates and opportunities for you to talk to the founder of the company. And that's just very rare, okay? Tuesday is healthcare and RX, pro tips, updates, great opportunity for you to come and ask questions. Wednesday, we hear from our funding team, pro tips on funding, best use practices on funding, payment processing on Thursday, and then Friday is an overall agent update. David usually gives some coaching tips there, and he usually opens up for question and answer there as well. So those are there to help you grow your business and help you get good at getting clients. We also have our weekly business overview. We're doing this twice a week in the evenings, Tuesday and Thursday evenings at 9 p.m. This is an opportunity for you to be inviting. And if you're in that wanting to build your own agency where you're adding other agents, this is where you want to plug in. Okay. If you can't bring them into the live overview, if not, then use your website. Your partner page has a presentation already on there. But bringing people to the Zoom, you coming to the Zoom and bringing guests with you is social proof to those guests that DAC and our business is working, okay? To invite people to the Zoom, it's a simple question and answer. One, you want to find out if they're open to making money outside of what they're currently doing, okay? Because this is not a let's replace your income with DAC. It's are you open to making money outside of what you're currently doing? If they are, then you want to give them a couple of more pointers. And this is short and sweet. It always works if you'll present it this way. Say, well, listen, I'm working with a company. I'm super excited about them. I've got some information I'd like to show you. It may or may not be a good fit. Okay, those 3 things. Are you open to making money outside of what you're currently doing? 2, I've got some information I want to show you. And 3, it may or may not be a good fit. You've asked the question about extra income, got some information I want to show you. Notice I'm not saying I want to tell you, because you're not going to be telling the story unless you are experienced, right? You're going to let either a live presentation or a 3-way call with an upline leader or the video on your website show the presentation to your prospect. So I've got some information I want to show you, and it may or may not be a good fit. Lets that prospect know that you're okay. If it's not a good fit, you're not going to be trying to twist their arm into doing something that doesn't feel right for them. Okay, you take the pressure off by saying that. And no matter what order you put those last two questions, it may or may not be a good fit. And I've got something I want to show you. No matter which of those you put first, it's going to work and it's going to get the message across to that person that you're asking to take a look. Okay. All right. So that's the end of my slides. I'm going to come off of that and get back face to face. And let's just talk for a minute. See if anybody's got any questions. Harlequin, I know you and I were talking earlier, and I asked what you would cover tonight. I've covered what I wanted to cover. Some of the things that we talked about, you can point them back to like the video from Hugh and all of that. If you can just give a high level overview of what you think is important in 5 minutes or less so that we can wrap up and get out of here by answering questions.
Okay. Well, some of the things that I've been talking to my agents about, and the thing that I'm excited about right now, if you did not listen to the Friday Zoom with David talking about the income potential with payment processing, I would highly recommend you go back and watch that, because there's a lot of money to be made, and most businesses are going to be switching to the dual processing mode or method of taking credit cards in the next 2 to 3 years is what is anticipated. And that's a huge opportunity, because if you are the one who introduces them to that and get them switched over, if their payment processing is no longer costing them anything, then they're most likely going to stick and stay with you for an extended period of time. And David was sharing that, if you have a client that's doing $100,000 per month in payment processing, you can earn up to $500 a month on that client. And that's a residual income that you'll get month after month after month. And usually it will increase because most businesses are growing at least a little bit, mostly because prices are going up, but we won't go into that part. But on Thursday, Hugh was also talking about on in his training, he was talking about the lawsuit with Visa and MasterCard and the $5.5 billion that everyone is eligible for a piece of if they took credit cards over, I think it's a 15-year period. And I was talking to one of my agents who owns a restaurant, or she used to own a restaurant. She closed it down a couple years ago, but I asked her how much she was doing in payment processing, and she said, well, about $30,000 a month. And a lot of people say that, oh, it's not worth it to go and apply for some, for a lawsuit type thing, because we always get hit with that. And, you just get such, pennies on the dollar. So there's very little that you get. And I said, well, if you were doing $30,000 a month in payment processing, over a year, that's 360,000. But just to make it simpler math, let's say it was 300,000. And you had that restaurant for 15 years. So over 15 years, that's $4.5 million worth of payment processing that you did. And so even if it's just a fraction of an amount that you get on that as part of this lawsuit, that's a huge amount of money. And it's even bigger numbers for the larger businesses. But that's free money that they're eligible for, and so why not apply for it? But that can get us in the door with somebody. But anyways, so I have been talking to my agents about approaching different businesses that they know and talking to them about payment processing, and especially if they know that they're not doing dual pricing. And the other thing that happens quite a bit is there are people, there's businesses where I've walked into where they have a sign saying, unless you're doing either $5 or $10 on a credit card, you can't use credit cards, which they're not allowed to do that. And I've also seen where they go and say, okay, well, this is the regular price. And you know, if you use a credit card, then you're going to pay this other price. And it's much higher than the 4% that's allowed by the government or by the regulations. So anyways, but that's one of the things that I'm super excited about and I've been talking to my team about. So Ellen,
Awesome.
back to you.
Most definitely. Thanks, Harlequin. And guys, if you haven't seen it, we have a new getting started checklist. What if you're going to be an agent, it tells you what you need to be focused on. If you're going to be uh, building an agency, it tells you to do everything on the agent side and then go and do the additional steps there. But I'm super excited about where we are. We are here in the fourth quarter of the year, and things just keep getting better and better. We're in renewal time for people on healthcare. So if you're not plugging into the healthcare Zoom that I do every Tuesday, tomorrow at 11:30, it's time to be having conversations. If you're not, you can be sitting on the bench and watching everybody else play and just watch other people have success, or we invite you to get in the game with us and come on down, get on the playing field with us and start having some conversations. It's not always easy, and those first few conversations are always the most difficult. But after you get kind of comfortable with what you're saying, it's really fun having conversations with people. And it's even more fun knowing that you just saved them a ton of money by putting them on a service that is going to put them in a better position than they're currently in, say on healthcare or RX or their ID Protect. You're going to put them in a better service than what else is available out there, and you're going to save them money. So let's go get some customers. Let's get you up to 200. We're going to be doing an incentive for that here in the very near future. I'm saying we. I'll give you more details on that as they roll out, but just start getting your 200 points and let's see where you can go with that. Okay, anybody got any questions before we wrap up, Harlequin?
Yeah, I don't see anything in the chat, but I did forget to go and mention that there is new payment processing training. If you have not watched that, you can access it through the Agent Resource Center or even your back office. It's on on your dashboard under things you might have missed.
Awesome. Yep, good stuff there, and scripts on that. So go get it. Hugh is excellent at payment processing. I've got a client that's doing $350,000 a month payment processing. I had one quick conversation with that business, passed them over to Hugh. He took the rest of the conversation. He onboarded the client, and now I'm getting residual commission every month off of that client. How much would that be? If we're doing about 500 per 100,000, 3.5 times that. Okay. How many of those clients do you guys need? All right. That's all I have. Everybody, let's wrap up. Let's go get some customers. And tomorrow night, BizOp at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Let's bring some folks to that, and let's grow our agencies. Okay.